Welcome back to the Triple SC, everybody. Gronk Chris here. We apologize for missing the episode on Monday. We ran into quite the technical difficulties, and the system was not wanting us to put an episode together.
It's almost like a sign. We just were not supposed to talk about what we had intended to talk about.
Yeah,
And and of all things, the state of play announcements were about a week and some change ago, whatever it was, whatever day it was, and there were a lot of cool announcements. Not the least of which was the God of War Greece trilogy remake announcement. I'm wondering if that's how nasty that's going to be. I know the big internet question though was, are they going to include the sex mini games again?
I was just about to prompt you with
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
I see that too.
Which me, I'm a caveman.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
What? Why even
Uh,
bother making a game mature if you're not going to make it
to
mature?
go through, yeah.
So
Don't Nintendo this.
you don't. We
We want the
don't
game,
need not to include it. Why act like sex is such a dirty secret?
right? I mean, it's all over the mythology world.
And Cyberpunk wasn't shy as far as I know. I mean, there's plenty of games that
Grand Theft Auto's never shy.
Grand Theft Auto's not shy. Why eliminate it just to be like, oh,
Yeah, because times are changing,
well,
and that's the problem.
no, people have not stopped liking a good time just because times are changing.
You're not wrong, but everybody thinks games are for kids. And this kids type content's all it should have.
Don't do it. Leave them in there.
Agreed.
But in addition to that, there was also the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2. Side note there, I wish Konami would get it together and just move Peace Walker over, or not Peace Walker, Portable Ops over as
Portable. Yeah.
well. I don't know why they keep holding that game back.
You said they did Peace Walker, correct?
They did Peace Walker.
Yeah.
That was the sequel to Portable Ops, but they just will not move Portable Ops off the PSP.
Hmm.
I don't know why. My source, John, uh, hopefully you're watching. He seems to think it was because Portable Ops is not considered canon anymore, which is ridiculous because it's all over the mythology of the games.
Right.
Like it is. But what do you mean it's not canon anymore?
Hmm.
So much of everything that's tied to that game needs that game to make sense of itself.
Right.
So I I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm excited about the Beast of Reincarnation
Yeah.
announcement. I know Chris is as well.
100%. That one looks solid.
If the gameplay works the way I think it does, it looks similar to Square Enix's Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
game,
I've never played that one.
where it looks more cumbersome than what it actually ends up being to blend like hack and slash, combat with turn-based RPG. Not necessarily hack and slash, but I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
But blending straight combat with like turn-based RPG elements where you have to like command your support character.
Right. I think that'll be super intriguing to bounce back and forth. And maybe I would appreciate Guardians of the Galaxy too, because I've never tried that out.
Well, I was worried that it was going to be a cumbersome
Like a challenge.
challenge, like it was
Yeah.
going to be beyond me, but they do manage to blend it well.
Yeah.
Like it's and I hate like synergy words like the committee board meeting. Oh, let's really jazzercise this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Like it is intuitive the way that it's wrote,
Right.
and I don't want to throw into it just because I need to use a big word,
Well, why not?
but I it is simple enough once you start doing it,
Yeah.
and it is sensible in the way that it is done. So I don't have a problem with that
Right. Fair.
and the way that it is made use of there. Um, there there was another trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, which is coming out at the end of this month. I'm real excited for this, although the internet has basically spoiled the entire game already, like soup to nuts. The whole game is out there, massive spoilers all over the place. Capcom is basically it's almost like the when Avengers Infinity War came out, they were, the filmmakers were trying to get this massive movement not to spoil the movie.
Yeah,
They were like, Thanos demands your silence,
yeah,
you know? And and so, the game makers are going out there and being like, guys, don't spoil the game for everybody. Let them play it. I'm like, well, I want to play it, so yeah,
yeah.
leave me alone. I'll, I got in late. I'm kind of starting to get interested in these games enough that I want to be able to absorb them without.
Yeah, but you only pick and choose what games that you do that with, wouldn't you say? Because I mean, you've done extensive research on a lot of games that's in your collection that you haven't even played yet. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
lot of games I've done research on, and I've done research on Resident Evil, but like once I decided that I actually wanted to
Dedicate with it.
dedicate with it a little more, especially since, because the remakes really brought me in 2, 3, and 4,
Yeah,
and I, back when it was on the PS1, PS2 era, I was like, this ain't really for me. This is just too. It looks clunky. I don't know, so
very intense strategizing.
yeah, so like you gotta decide what encounters you absolutely have to can't walk away from.
Yeah,
It's like it's not always good to just gun your way through every single
right. Zombie or
zombie or event or whatever.
enemy.
Sometimes running off is the best option.
Yeah,
And I don't know when I would have hit that realization, but I'm excited for Resident Evil Requiem 2. They also announced the John Wick game,
oh yeah, I heard about this.
and and I don't know what the gameplay is going to look like. If if it'd be something like the gunplay of Max Payne and other things like that, then I'm all for it. I mean, I love the John Wick movies, so to be able to just have like
Game representation.
a cut, a Max Payne cover shooter kind of game, I'm there.
Yeah, nice.
I'd absolutely, I'd love to see that.
Mm.
But there,
There's a couple other.
there were
There's like one or two others. I think I seen them.
there was a Legacy of Kain remake on Defiance that came out for the Xbox. At least the Xbox. It might have been on P. I think it was on PS2 as well. That game's getting remade or getting a remaster, so I'll get that because I got the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remasters, and I always wanted to get interested in the franchise, but I
Right.
just never got disciplined enough to be able to play the games. And you guys got to understand the way I used to play games. If I couldn't Game Shark and cheat my way through it, I gave up after about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And even then, like that's how I played Metal Gear Solid. That's how I played Devil May Cry. Like, you want all those perks, and I'm not good enough at the games to get them on my own.
Or
So I just Game Shark crap out of them.
yeah.
And the game doesn't know it's being.
Or just go stay all night with your friends and transfer their save to your
Yep,
memory card.
John was good enough to help me out on Metal Gear Solid 2 with that because he did the hard work and he played those games on extreme. He got all the dog tags.
Oh
He
man.
got all the special items.
Yeah.
He did
Back
that
before
work.
trophies were even a
Yep,
thing.
before they did away with conventional cheating with the advent of trophies on the PS3, and they were like, well, gaming is turning into a social platform, and we want people to really play these games.
Yeah.
We're doing away with conventional cheating for the most part. We're doing away with Game Shark. Like, you want the trophies, you actually got to do the work now.
Right.
And, bless his heart, I kind of looked John in the eye and I was like, can you just transfer your Metal Gear Solid 2 save onto my memory card for me there, buddy?
Did you have fun with it?
I had fun enjoying all the perks of hard work I didn't do.
Yeah.
Very long time, and because I'm not disciplined enough, and I don't have the enough patience to get good at a game like that. At least not a game like Metal Gear Solid
Right.
back back
At
then.
least then, yeah.
I've
Time.
tried. I've tried.
I was about to say you gave the first one a try the other day, or the second one was it?
Yeah, we were on the first one for about 5 minutes, and the control scheme even though the game's ported over to a PS5, it's still the control scheme of the PlayStation 1 era game.
Game.
So you're still
Uh,
operating on the D-pad instead of
oh,
being on the toggles.
it's been a few years back, but I played a game like that once, and it threw me.
I
I was
don't,
like, I forgot that we was even playing games like this.
you just you think all your function buttons are going to be intuitive, and it's like no, they're still what they were
Yeah,
back then. It's still
crouch, jump. It's
oh.
supposed to be shooting grenades, stuff like that.
And really, the only reason that I dug into it was because if you had, according to the research, if you have a save from Master Collection Volume 1 on your console, when you put Master Collection Volume 2 in there, it will patch you a couple of different uh, special items
Yeah,
to the games that are on
the volume two.
the volume 2. And I was like, well, I've got until August to remember that I like Metal Gear Solid, so I'll go ahead and get a save on there so that when
You do
volume
pop
2
it up
comes
right now.
out,
Yeah.
and it seems like a good plan, right? I mean, it seems like that makes sense. Only I open the games and it's like, oh no, I don't remember how to play these games at all.
Maybe that's what we should do game night. Gear Solid running.
I gotta learn love.
Yeah.
Help me, Scott Stapp, man. It was not me the other day. Like Monday was just not a productive day all the way around the fence. It was bad. It was bad for our podcast. It was bad for me as a gamer. I I was not happy with Monday. Hardly at all.
Yeah. I was a little discouraged after we tried to get the podcast going. It just
Yeah,
fell through twice.
I know. I felt it. I felt it in your soul. I felt it in mine.
But hey, it's going smooth today.
We're
You know what I
here.
mean? We're here
We're
with
running.
our peeps.
It's going to be a good day. We're going to will it.
Right. Let's not get too far off. Back to state of play. 007. First
Right,
first
right.
light. Yeah.
First light,
I looked.
yes.
I decided to look it up real quick because I was like, man, there's something we're forgetting.
I'm always down for a 007 game. I've not necessarily beat every single one of them, or played every single one of them, but I've, I love James Bond.
Right.
So I got no shame playing like an adventure shooter.
Well, and this is supposed to be, if I read correctly, like the origin story
Yeah,
too, and they're
he's
going to,
basically just getting into the 00 program.
yeah, and going after a rogue agent. That
Yeah.
I like the storyline behind that. That sounds like that might be something interesting to dig in with.
Oh
So, of
yeah. Yeah.
course, we got controls reminder.
How did we forget about Control Resonant?
Uh, Look, I had to pull up the list because I
We
was,
did this like 3 times, and we just got so burnt out trying to go through the state of play
yeah,
announcements
yeah. Like so,
Monday.
you announced Beast of Reincarnation. I do want to try that one, but that's not the particular game that caught me. There's another one with a beast combat thing, combat type. The one
Look,
you're thinking of is this one.
yeah.
Um,
So which one were you talking about?
well, actually, it would appear that both of them are the same. So, like, just the same style.
Oh, I
I
think that
think,
was one of the ones you were on. Kenneth Scars of Cosmora.
yeah, that one looked pretty good too.
Everybody knows how I feel about Control Resonant. Okay, we don't need to go down a whole control thing because um, that's my number one pick for this year is Control Resonant.
But they dropped a video with it this time, didn't they?
They dropped a gameplay video where the creative director was like, "I want to showcase all the cool things that we're bringing to this game.
Yeah.
This is, I'm guessing, speaking for Remedy, he's like, this is our most ambitious game to date." Now, I don't know what exactly that means, but considering it is Remedy and considering it's Control, I'm here for it one way or another.
So it's gonna be like Firebreak. You can put it on the list and then just forget about
No,
it.
Firebreak is not, to my way of thinking, a proper Control game.
Yeah. Since it's just a spin-off, if you will.
It's you're just a guy on a Firebreak team running around the oldest house. Now that at some point maybe I'll be like, I'll get a tickle in my jellies and I'll be like, I got to play Firebreak and I got to play Firebreak right now.
Right.
But
In the meantime.
in the meantime, there's other projects, and it is not so centered on the things that make Control great.
Yeah.
It's just like running around the oldest house fighting hiss outbreaks, and that sounds cool, but
There's more to the game than that, which
there's
makes Control good.
yeah, there's so much more to Control
Yeah.
than that.
Just outbreaks.
And I'll say it. I'm excited about the idea of venturing around the oldest house and finding cool environments that we didn't get to see in Control. But
Right.
that's that is only a very small little bit to try to bring me in with.
Right.
I need more substance than just, hey, you're in the oldest
You're in the
house.
same place. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not crazy about wave shooters.
Yeah.
Like that's already not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So you got to do a little bit more to bring me in.
For sure.
There's enough to pique a mild interest, but I'm not going to
But
kill
simply
myself.
because of Control, though.
Yeah,
It's not because of anything that you
it,
presented me with.
it is only because it's Control that I'm even mildly interested in it at all.
Right.
Moving on.
We got Death Stranded 2. Have you even played the first one? I
I,
have
s- I started it.
not. Yeah.
I
Is it all
started
right?
it. I got through the opening, I don't know, half hour.
Based on a movie, right?
No,
No?
no, it's
Okay.
it's it's its own property. Kojima doesn't normally make adaptations,
Oh, okay.
and he did Metal Gear Solid, and there's a lot of gameplay similarity, especially between that and Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain.
Oh, okay.
But it's just it. I got it started, and then all at once I was overstimulated because it's like, okay, there's too much going on. This is too unwieldy for me. I can't. I just can't. I'm not here for this. And my brain melted, and
Fair.
I just stepped back, and I just never stepped forward again with that game. And
Right. One of those games that's just on the back burner until
yeah,
the time hits.
and until the right moment hits, it's just kind of sitting back there waiting for me.
Right.
And
Um,
because it's a game and not it's not a person, it is content to sit back there
hey,
and wait on me, so I don't have to worry about hurting its feelings.
hey, I'm back here waiting on you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you.
God, well, Control did that to me. I don't know what it is about Control. Must be a sentient entity out there in the gaming world because Control was kind of winking at me every time I walked past the shelf. It was giving me the old side eye, like, you want some of this? Courtney Hope's just kind of puckering them lips suggestively. Oh, oh my! But I'm engaged, lady. You gotta
All right. It didn't seem like it there for a
gotta
second.
get those come hither eyes to somebody else. Sorry.
Oh, good man. Good man.
Some days. What?
Bungie talks about marathon
Right. The Destiny.
shooter types.
Yeah.
Is it a looks like an FPS? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's. I hate to say it's a Destiny clone
But it seems awfully close,
It's
doesn't it?
it. I'm not saying it's 1-to-1, but it's real close.
Yeah. The whatever thumbnail picture. This gives me like a Apex Legends look, if you will, as well.
I
So
watched I watched a gameplay trailer for it, because when they made all those state of play announcements, like PlayStation updated all of their game cards on the system, and it's
okay,
like, okay, well, A, B, C, D.
is that usually how it goes? Is once they have these, they'll like input all the tiles from what they've announced,
Yep,
basically.
yep.
Okay,
They'll within a week or two, they'll update all those tiles. They'll upload all those videos to
the
each game's
information. Yeah,
information. Yeah,
nice. Okay.
and
Now,
so
you're not able to pre-order anything unless it's coming out within a shorter
I
span of
think
time.
I think you can do pre-orders 6 to 8 months out.
That's not bad. Okay.
I don't have the research in front of me to say that
Right.
to a moral certainty, but that would be my estimate.
Yeah. Okay.
Real real quick. You called me a good man. I think those were your words.
That was my worst.
Thank you.
Good man.
But I because this is free flow and because we're doing our emotional check-ins today, I will share this little nugget, this little pearl, if you will. So bear with me. I've been reading Harry Potter again, right?
I
I
didn't
want
even know you read them one time. I don't know why. I just didn't know you were into the
Do
Harry
you not
Potter
picture
books.
me as being a reader, or is it that you didn't think I read Harry Potter?
Oh, I definitely knew you were a reader. Because, I mean, you got a Kindle and you have a lot of comic books
I do.
digitally.
Yeah.
And I know you like to read, so I knew you were a reader, but I don't know why. I didn't think you read Harry Potter.
Why I read I've read Harry Potter and I've read it a good many times and I've watched the movies a good many times as well.
Okay.
And very much later in life, let's say 2018, I don't know why, and he'd probably not be able to recreate the mental mile that he walked to get there, but Pop's got interested in the movies.
Okay.
He's like, I guess I should sit down and watch the Harry Potter movies, but I feel like I won't know what's going on, so I should probably read the books first.
Right.
And to cut a little bit of the meat off of the fat here, I got him all the Harry Potter books. I got him like the first four, and then I slow rolled him the last three.
Right.
And he got really into Harry Potter, okay? I think he's on like 13 or 15 times that he's read through the series in the 8 years since then.
It's like 6 books, correct?
7.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
He read them. He read them again, and then he read them again, and then he read them again, and then he read them again, and just on. And then he'd start slipping the movies in there.
Yeah.
I mean, in order, but
Every so many read throughs, he'll throw a movie into the
yeah,
mix. Yeah.
yeah. And so I'm just on my own initiative. I've been like, kind of want to read the books again. I didn't know that. How did I miss that the last time? Stupid. Stupid J.K. Rowling. Yeah. But to cut a little bit more meat off of the fat here, yesterday, um, and I couldn't even tell you, I'd have to rewalk my own mental mile to figure out what got me there. But whatever book it's in, and I couldn't figure it out at the time. But Hagrid, the big giant gamekeeper
Hmm.
at Hogwarts, Harry's basically walked his own mile, and he's done a thing, which is the plot of every book. He does a thing,
Right.
and anyway, he does whatever it is, and Hagrid talks to him after the fact, and he's like, Dumbledore told me what you did, and with everything that's coming, and his words are, you did no less than your father would have done, and I can't give you no higher praise than that.
Right.
and I had another moment, okay?
Yeah.
And everybody out there that knows me probably understands what I mean when I say I had another moment.
Right.
And and I'm just I'm trying to hold it together like all day around this moment because I just keep
Recycling it.
just on a hamster wheel,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to explain how much that meant to me.
Right.
But it is like it got real, and it just seems just heavy,
Yeah.
just and not even heavy in a bad way, but like heavy.
One line carried so much weight.
Uh, and I start, so I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, well, if somebody gave me that kindness and said to me, if the comparison was to if the compliment was to compare me to my father in such a way, what would it mean to me?
Right.
And like I said, it was heavy.
Yeah.
And I spent a long day spent upon that stone and on that wheel.
Yeah. So once something gets you, man, you're stuck.
Yeah. I will make special note because I talked about my father for a little bit. My mother actually had an umbilical hernia surgery the other day.
Really.
Yeah, she's been in a fair amount of pain for a couple of days now, a little bit, a fair amount of distress. So I would like to take an opportunity here to, if she watches, to tell her mother I'm thinking about you still. I know you're in a fair amount of discomfort, but I love you and I hope it gets better from here. So,
Love you, mom. Hope you get to film later.
yeah. Well, enough of the heavy stuff.
Oh, that's okay. You feel a little better.
I feel a little better,
Good.
I and it's not even that I felt bad. Well, I mean, I did feel a little bad yesterday
Yeah.
because I couldn't get away from it. It's
Yeah.
like, I'd kind of like to be able to sit down and talk about that with him,
Yeah.
but he didn't take
I was say he doesn't have the patience for the not the patience, but he just it's not his cup of tea.
he doesn't
That
handle
praise.
praise very well.
Yeah.
He It's not that he doesn't appreciate kind words, but I think he feels put on the spot emotionally, and he doesn't know what to.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned this to you before. He comes from that generation where like this was expected.
You know.
This is what you were raised to do, and so he feels as if he's met his minimum requirements while everyone feels that is exceeding expectation as far as the standard has been presented in our current social
Well,
status.
when we got an entire generation that got milk dad,
Yeah.
get milk dads, and I know a lot of people that in my social circle now who have went to get milk dads,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to relate to them.
Right.
I don't know how to witness those feelings
Yeah.
in an appropriate way because it's so alien to me, the concept of a bad father.
Right. It's like trying to console somebody in a different language.
Uh, I
That's not gonna happen.
I can't relate.
Right.
I can't appreciate their pain.
Yeah.
And I know no matter how much I want to be able to empathize and be comforting and feel their feelings, I can, and I feel it's a disrespect to my own father to be sitting there like, you got milk.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. I part of me won't.
Yeah.
And of course, I go into this same house and I'm surrounded by siblings who, have this whole twin telepathy thing going on where they're basically reading each other's minds and sharing sentence. It's almost like the twins in Shining. You
Yeah.
just walk around the corner and they're staring. Come play with us, Michael. In perfect sync, in perfect pitch, like they've harmonized. It's almost like a magic trick they're pulling on me every time I watch it, and I can't empathize with that either because I didn't have a close familial sibling relationship.
Right.
I had
That's why you got your pops.
everything that I missed out on in that sibling relationship. I feel like I made up for
Yeah.
in what I have with my folks because that's and just within the space of a family, that is where my luck lie.
Right.
Just within the space of a family,
Yeah.
because if you escape that, if you escape that particular place, have you and I have Skylar and I have an innumerable number of other friends, and it seems like that has always been my second wind of luck
Right.
is that I've been really good at making friends. And I'd like to think that that's not because that I'm some two-faced sociopath. It's like I just know how to manipulate people
Oh, I definitely would say that's the
into
case.
into being my friend. It's just
Right.
like I'm really good at putting on a front and being like, "What's up?"
Well, that's definitely not true because I've never heard you say that until just now.
I've never said sup.
Not in that tone.
I'm not good at putting on fronts and putting up airs for people. I
Zero is there.
no. I like to believe that I am genuine
Yeah.
and people can see that and that brings people in and it makes it easy to be my friend.
Right.
And maybe that's what I got going for me is that I'm always going to have a friend because I know how to make a friend.
For sure.
And I think we might have talked about that.
I was just about to say we brought this up on a different
I
episode.
don't I don't know if it was our
Free Flow Friday.
I don't think it was. I know it wasn't the Free Flow Friday episode, but I want to say it was like our Welcome Back episode. And this might have got lost in that patchy dialogue, but it bears repeating. And that's I watched The Toy with Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason, and might not have been that episode. It might have been a later episode, but anyway, it still bears repeating. The lesson, the life lesson, is that you don't buy a friend through money or through insincerity. You don't buy a friend. You earn a friend. And I don't like to pat myself on the back. I don't like to make commercials for myself, but if I may, and you tell me if I'm wrong, if I may,
We'll be right back.
I like to think I have earned friends
Right.
by being a friend. And that's where I've had a lot of luck. So I've always made good friends.
Absolutely. I think he makes great friends. I
You
mean,
did. If you'd observed that little cut, that little dramatic pause just a second longer, I was gonna get there.
yeah. I mean,
I've
you are a good, genuine friend, buddy. That's why you make such perfect friends.
that's
Shout out to Skylar and
indeed.
no, I joke. You're a good friend to have, though. You
I
make for a good friend.
surround yourself with enough love, and it can probably deliver you through almost anything.
Mm,
It can deliver you through depression. It can even save your life.
absolutely. It's not about the quantity of friends, it's about the quality of friends.
Indeed.
Doesn't hurt to have more, by no means, but sometimes less is more.
Hey, Carly, with a few good friends and a stick or two, All right, look, I don't know how long ago, but like back in the 2003, 2005 era, she contributed a lot of things to Winnie the Pooh at the time.
Oh, okay.
And one of the songs in Piglet's big movie is called "With a Few Good Friends,"
Copy.
and one of the lines in the song is "With a few good friends and a stick or two, you could build a house at a corner called Pooh."
Nice. Hell yeah.
And it's a great movie, and I love Winnie the Pooh, and I will make no bones about that. I have always loved Winnie the Pooh as much as I don't necessarily care for Disney.
Right.
I love Winnie the Pooh because Winnie the Pooh is pure.
Just wants his honey.
Although now that he's entered public domain,
He's not pure anymore.
he's not necessarily
What was the last one called?
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey and Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2.
Oh, they made a
They
second.
made a second.
I heard the
Yes.
first one wasn't even that good.
It it was abysmal. It was made on like a budget of $500,000,
Oh, okay.
and it is very obviously one of the
Lacking.
worst things ever.
Yeah,
Like I almost think that movie would have been made better because like he is the villain, the slasher villain is supposed to be Winnie the Pooh.
right,
Like around the fence, he is supposed to be Winnie the Pooh. But the actual costume designer did little better than putting a polyurethane Winnie the Pooh mask on a guy.
right.
And I almost think it would have been better if the in movie explanation was that some serial killer in an asylum somewhere had snapped and thought he was actually Winnie the Pooh and
Right,
went to like a Halloween store and just got a cheap Winnie the Pooh mask,
right.
and that was it. And like he and a bunch of his other broken mental patient friends all did the same thing, thinking they were Winnie the Pooh characters,
Yeah,
but they were still like mad
okay.
serial killers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That would have been better than what we got.
Yeah,
And it's just such a dumpster fire tragedy of a movie. Like it's cheaply made. It stars nobody that's entertaining to watch. Like it is just abysmal.
no.
And Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey 2 actually doubles down on that. And like it's hard to explain, and I won't go into massive spoilers here, but it in its own way it makes fun of the first movie,
Yeah, fair.
and it just every time something enters the public domain, it becomes subject to like the Grinch.
Yeah.
They made a Grinch horror movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called The Mean One.
Hmm. I'm not
And
even a fan of the live action one, so
would you no
I'm not.
would
No.
look? We're all about respecting everybody's opinions, and one thing that I so if you have that opinion, you have that opinion. I'm not going to disrespect you by trying to change your mind about it.
But you're gonna tell me my opinion's wrong, aren't
No,
you?
no, no, no,
I was waiting for that to be the next comment.
no,
That's wrong.
no, no, man, no, ma'am. But one thing I thought about the other day, might have even been yesterday, was that there is so much hate out there in the world right now, and even in channels like this where we try to talk about fun things, we end up I'd hope this has not been our channel, but these channels still end up shitting on the head of things they don't like.
Right.
I hate it. I hate it. It's stupid. I
Yeah.
hate it. And rather than do little better than preach hate
Right.
and intolerance and lack of respect for the fact that everybody enjoys something different. Now, there's a line of reason there because you can enjoy things that are not evil.
Right.
Like you can enjoy things that aren't expect exploitation
Right.
and cruelty and suffering. You know, make believe is make believe, and I'm also not going to get on a box here and saying, okay, if it's make believe, then everything is admissible and everything
Right.
is reasonable, because even then there's a line of reason,
Right.
but there's a line of reason in what it is appropriate to enjoy and what it is not appropriate to enjoy.
Agreed.
And so long as you exist inside of that hemisphere, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you got to fucking like Jim Carrey.
Right.
Damn it.
I love Jim Carrey movies, generally speaking. I just I am not an particular fan of that version of that rendition of the Grinch.
Well,
I do like the other two, three cartoon versions, but just
that's
that was the change of pace for me that I didn't.
that's that's where we'll differ,
Yeah,
because I was not much for
Illumination or
the
original.
Illumination
I really
cartoon.
enjoyed the Illumination one, so that's fair. That's fair.
I mean I'm always down to clown with Boris Karloff, back when they did the cartoon in the seven the
That's the original.
yeah
Yeah, I love that one. I mean,
I'm
but that's just a line by line from the book, so
yeah
I'm.
I
I'm
mean
a,
I'm down to clown, but
all right, listen, we only have a few minutes left. Real quick, one more game we needed to talk about. We didn't. Pragmata.
Pragmata, yeah, yep,
That was
that's
one
on
we
my
both
list
we were
too.
talking about. Really wanted to dig into. I think the rest of them I realized were something we either weren't interested in, multiplayer, a fighting game, something like that. So, but that yeah, the Pragma looks it's some type of interstellar game maybe, but
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how that one works out.
I'm excited for that one. There were a lot of cool announcements.
Xbox had the same thing, whatever 6 months ago when they did their thing, or
They
uh,
did their own showcase.
yeah, I can't remember the name of one of those games I wanted to play. I was telling you it was a pretty dark game. I showed you the
Yeah.
trailer, and now I can't even remember the name of it. So one day we'll get there. That's on the.
Remember,
That's not on the back burner. That's still in the cabinet waiting to get put on the
that's
stove.
that's that's it. That's in that someday.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
Leave Judy Garland where she is.
That's fair.
We I lost it. I started real good. I started real good. I had such
Strong.
hope. I had such conviction on that first word, and then it just immediately
Gone.
gone.
Well, I'm not gonna dig into it too much, but I will say that Nintendo. It's apparently been leaked that Nintendo is announcing a remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green, which is a remake of Red and Yellow or Red and Blue, and it's just
For the uninformed, you might want to explain what you're talking about.
talking about Pokemon. Nintendo announced that they were going to. Well, they didn't announce it; it got leaked. They're going to remake Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch, possibly Switch 2. I haven't been confirmed either way, and it's just stop, stop remastering the same game. Like you did it once when you made Fire Red and Leaf Green. You did it again when you made Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And so now you're going to remaster a remaster.
I I don't know. For me, it would depend on how far away they are from each other. And I'll give you
Oh,
an example.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
just pump the brakes for just a second,
Well, I can give you a timeline of how far apart they are, too.
because you had Resident Evil.
Right.
Okay, and then there was I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. I haven't done the appropriate research, but I know there was original Resident Evil, and then there was the Resident Evil director's cut,
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then there was the Resident Evil remake, and the remake came out like I want to say PS2 era.
Okay,
Now it's been ported since then,
right.
and maybe it's they did a little bit of visual updating, but like I would not hate it if they just did a scratch remake for Resident Evil to bring it in line with the
The
remakes they've
rest of
been
them.
putting out
Yeah,
lately.
right,
I would not I would not hate that. I would not be angry about it.
right.
But
Well, so I'm with you on that, and that's kind of where the problem lies, is because Red and Blue has been remade into Fire Red Leaf Green. It was made into Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and now they're getting a remaster of Fire Red and Leaf Green or whatever. It's like, okay, well, the next generation, Silver and Gold, got one remaster or one remake on the Nintendo DS. Hasn't seen anything since. Um, Ruby and or Sapphire and Ruby, same thing. They did a remake on the DS, haven't done one since. I mean, I can keep going, but the rest of the generations, they only did one remake. Why are we recycling that first generation over and over and over? Now, the first one, Fire Red and Leaf Green, came out like 6 years later. The last ones came out with the Switch, so there's some time between them. But I don't know. You just did a remake, so
across how many years would you imagine that was?
so from Blue and Red to Fire Red Leaf Green, there was 7 years, 6 years because they went from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. And then from Fire Red and Leaf Green to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, that was 4 years ago. So almost 20 years between those two. And then they only 3 or 4 years later are announcing that they're going to remake the remake. And I mean, I get it. Maybe that's the step forward of they're going to start remaking all the remakes. That'd be kind of cool too. We'd all love an updated version of our favorite games, right?
Well, that that this in the spirit of remaking, the theoretically the next remake announcement in Resident Evil is going to be for Code Veronica, and then after that it'll probably be five.
Right.
At least according to my sources, John. I'm calling you again, calling you out again.
Quoting you. It's on you if he's
I'm
wrong.
using your information, so get it together, buddy. You gotta make sure I'm not looking stupid here. Um, I'm gonna say for me, it's always gonna depend on what the project is
Yeah.
and how long ago the last
The
one.
initial or last release. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if we 2 years ago, if the Resident Evil 2 remake come out in 2018, and all of a sudden they're like, well, here's the Resident Evil 2 remake director's cut.
Yeah. You're gonna get it. Because why not?
Why not? I guess, but
I mean, the same thing. I'm gonna buy Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch, but it just makes me mad.
well, they've found a way to get your money
Yeah.
off of you. They
That's
found a system that appeals to you, where you're gonna justify the expense to yourself.
or here's the real trick. I buy it for my son and then I just borrow the game from him.
You give him the previous version. Be like,
Well,
hey, Christmas.
well, he owns all the Pokemon games for the Switch, so it's funny because I don't have to go buy my own copies at least until he starts losing them. But
Or breaking them, or
he has lost one. The dog chewed one up. Ugh, remember that
hopefully
moment?
she digested it well.
Me too. It was 50 fucking bucks. Sorry. Anyway, that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the time we have today. It's been great catching up. It's been great talking about feelings.
It's been great not having technical issues.
Yeah, I think this ran a lot smoother, so I'm happy with it. Uh, we're looking forward to that state of play. What are you guys looking forward to in state of play? As people that don't really get into the fighting and the co-op games, maybe there's some takes you have on other games that looked good.
What is it? What is it that's dragging you out of the chair to go get? Because the online seasonal, you know, live service games, they're just not for me. Or
Yeah,
they're only one in 100,000 titles where I'm gonna get nasty with them.
yeah.
So what reached out to you guys?
Hit the comments, let us know.
See you next time.
Till next time.